Welcome back, everybody, to another show. We've come to Belgium now. This chap you'll recognise from our Canadian adventures. And it's something a little bit different today because you'll be able to hear in the background the noise. We are in the World Champion, German Champion, pretty much every champion in Europe, Budgie Breeder. It is, of course, Maarten Heylen. Maarten, it's lovely to see you in your natural habitat, my friend.
I'm happy to see a canary breeder in a budgie breeding room, so that's really good.
Well, listen, we've got an episode for you today, and I can't thank Maarten enough for his generosity, because literally I've just rocked up with my camera and said, "Do you fancy doing some filming?" And Maarten's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So listen, you know what to do. Grab yourself a cuppa, sit back, and enjoy the show. Maarten, we're in your room, a subterranean room.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. So it's below stairs, I guess.
Yeah, it's in the basement. Yeah.
And one of the things, and we've been to your dad's, which is. So we've seen 2/3 of the setup.
Yeah.
And one of the things that sort of I say surprised, and I mean that in the nicest possible way, mate. Is we talk about budgies, and particularly exhibition budgies. They're very heavy feathered birds,
yeah.
And they create a lot of feather dust and the likes. But the air in here, subterranean, pure. The air in your dad's absolutely the same. So I guess that's important for your comfort, but also for the birds' comfort.
Of course, yeah. I think it's one of the most important things in a breeding room is the air quality. Yeah? And yeah, we have a few extraction fans, and we pull out all the bad air, and just by natural flow get fresh air in, and that works out very well. And so far, we can keep the air quite pure.
One of the other things, and I mean, you possibly can't see it because it's just over my shoulder here, but you have these sort of display presentation cages on the front of your flights, and we've got the two birds that you're going to talk about in a minute, and I mean, look at that. This is incredible, because frankly, if that was a canary, I'd be running around now trying to catch it. But the sort of the tameness, I guess, and the steadiness of these birds is massively impressive. This is, I think you said this is a. Go on, you'll have to tell me what is this?
Yeah, it's a grey-green split lutino, and it's a type of bird that I really like. It's you see the feather around the cere, and really round face. That's the bird I like. So yeah. So obviously I have him in my hand quite a lot. So you can see that.
Yeah, he is. He's very happy to be here, aren't you?
Yeah.
He probably can't understand English. He
is an English budgie.
Maybe he can. And I think we have a look in your room here. There is a lot of lutinos. I say this all the time. Whenever sort of canary people come and they go, "Oh, I really like the colour of that," it's pretty much the worst thing you can say to a budgie man. "Oh, aren't they pretty colours?" Because it's the colour is the last thing you put on a bird, isn't it, Maarten? So what you're interested in? Here we go. Look, he's going to be on me now. I feel like a pirate. Now he can smell the canaries on me. Colour is the last thing that you put on the bird, so it's all about that shape, isn't it?
Shape, type, condition. It's feather, but still there are many different color varieties in budgies, and that makes it so challenging and so exciting. And some people like different special color variety, and that's also good. So you can do both, but for an exhibition budgie, primary thing that we look at is the shape and how the bird looks like, and not immediately the color.
No, but you've got, and we were talking earlier on, you've got a lot of Lutino birds in here, different birds in your dad's room, and then different colour birds in your dad's room, so that's how it works, isn't it? You sort of generally keep different colours in different rooms.
I like the challenge, like some of the rare varieties, to try to improve them.
Yeah.
So we have quite some birds and a good overall quality, and with that quality I try to work also on the rare varieties and make sure that they don't disappear, and that also the quality of those varieties remains high.
Yeah, I think that's important as well. I think you often find sort of, I know in the canary world, there's an awful lot of rare. There's a lot of work being done on some of the rare varieties. The genetic pool isn't very big, and with the UK having left Europe, it makes it even harder for people to sort of increase that genetic pool. But with the rare varieties, and again, you'll have to forgive my ignorance, and any Budgie people watching, forgive my ignorance. Could you put a normal into a rare variety? Do you then get splits, or?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But it all depends if it's sex-linked inheritance or it's a recessive variety. But of course, you put in the good quality with normals, and then you breed splits, and with those splits you go further on, and that's the way how you try to improve them. But it doesn't always work out as you plan, but still we managed to improve some of those rare varieties.
Yeah. It never quite works out how we planned. It never ever works out how we planned. I'm going to go home with this on my shoulder, everyone. So you'll see me now. I'll be walking around the Canary shows in UK with this. It is a boy, isn't it?
It's a boy.
This fellow on my shoulder. Oh, dearie me, wonderful. So we've arrived at Maarten's. It's my first time, although I feel quite at home, to be honest. And I might stop. Who knows? I'm not sure Maarten or his family would be happy with that. But there's plenty of room. There's plenty of room for me down here. The room that you've got down here, Maarten, is as with all really good bird rooms, it's got everything you need. It's got the sink. Yeah. That's the most important thing in a bird room.
No, the most important thing is the attraction fan of the air. But
second most important thing, the sink. So it's well appointed. You've got. You're not breeding here yet, are you? No, but we did see when we were at your dad's earlier on. We did see that he's coming towards the end of his breeding cycle. Yeah.
And we started at my partner's place now for a month. We paired up. We have 36 breeding pairs paired up there, and I plan start within the next month. I start pairing up over here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And with the 3 rooms, do you find that you sort of, because that's it's a number of birds. Do you find when you're planning the breeding program, is that a sort of you must know in your mind what's in pretty much what's in every room?
Yeah, we are what I call a real partnership. So it is one set of birds, and we move the birds around to the different places. We don't have our own birds and we just show together. That's different partnership.
Yeah.
But I have it in my mind, and I have like a strategy, let's call it like that, in my mind. What are we going to do, and how are we going to pair up, and then where the birds will go. So that's what I tend to do is never breed on 3 places at the same time. It's too much work, and my father will always manage one of the breeding rooms, so I don't want him to be in 2 places at the same time. So
sure. And I think when we were over there, we saw some really nice examples of pied birds, which I thought were lovely. We saw some of the sort of the rarer variety birds there as well in that room. So, and they're looking good. One of the things that struck me, Martin, and for me it's the sign of a really good stud of birds, is that the composition of the birds is very similar. Yeah. So there is a common stamp in the stud. Yeah,
well, that's something that you can only create not within 1 year. So we're breeding for 25 years. I have a kind of ideal in my head, which also is like the ideal, or more or less the ideal that the WBO created. And you work towards that, and the more of those bits and pieces you have, the better it goes.
Yeah. And talking about working to that standard, it's been a fairly successful year on the show bench for the team this year.
Yeah, we did quite well this year, to be honest. Yeah. We had the WBO show, which we organized ourselves in Belgium, the World Champion Budgie Organization show, which is held in a different country every year. And we managed to have the best in show over there. And then 3 weeks later, we had the Dutch national show in Bruggen, where we also managed to win best in show with a different bird, so not with the same bird. So it was a quite successful year this year.
Yeah, quite successful year. The modesty, but that's what I like about him. That modesty. And always looking to improve.
Yeah, always looking for. Of course, we have a lot of features and different types of birds still in the shed. But I like to combine feather and types and so on. But still, always looking for that something special, something specific. So yeah.
Keep going. You can see the spark's still there, everyone. The spark is definitely still there. So one of the things, Martin, whenever we sort of, everyone wants to know the success, the people who do well, what are the secrets? And then we all want to copy those secrets because it's just that easy. That's all you have to do. But it isn't that easy, of course. It's about knowing the birds. It's about studying the birds. And you've put in here, I mean, these little display cages are absolutely fantastic. You've put in here a couple of birds that, are well balanced as a sort of pair. So come on to budgie breeders, to canary breeders, to any breeders who haven't really got a clue. Tell me the thought process behind this.
Yeah, it's all about feather, of course, and not. We don't want to create too much feather. So you see, I have a very stylish yellow face albino hen, which I would pair to that split albino cock. And you see the feather on the head of the cock is quite extreme, and it's much more. It's much less at the hens. So I really look at feather placement, feather length, type of birds, how they are sitting on the perch, how are they showing themselves, and I don't look at the background. So I prefer them to be as unrelated as possible.
Okay.
So that pair, and I call it visual complementary, and that's for me is the key to our success. And I know some people are saying you need to do line breeding or inbreeding. I don't agree that. I really don't agree, because then I saw that you had much more feather problems and so on, and you want to keep the feather problems out, and that you can only do by pairing up not too closely related.
Okay, fascinating, because as canary breeders, we would absolutely, and have done for years, sort of swear by pedigree line breeding and inbreeding and all of those things, but also looking at the sort of visual, but actually here it's about the visual complement of each other.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Fascinating stuff. Fascinating. What I'm always fascinated by whenever I go to any new stud. There's a couple of things that fascinate me about here. The first thing is that I think Martin and the rest of the partnership must have shares in millet, because there are boxes of, and I've never seen millet looking as good as that. This is not the little crappy yellow stuff. This is proper. Look,
yeah, and I have to give all credit to my, furniture or the guys that make it. This is Guillaume from France that grows this, and it's amazing stuff. And yeah, a lot of young birds just grow up by eating this, and it's really important to give that to the young bird. And of course, later on they eat all other seed mixes, but they start with those millet sprays. And I also put them already in the nest box when they are still in the nest box, to get them, learning how to feed themselves. And that's for me so important. We have quite a lot of boxes that we that we use every year.
They've been delivered in bulk, I think it's fair to say. And you talk about the sort of young birds. I was fascinated. I caught it on camera of your dad doing his chef thing, making the soft food for all of the birds, not just the breeding birds, but to give to some of the others as well. And
he is the Gordon Ramsay of our partnership, definitely.
And I think I'm going to try and go through what I remember was in there. So there was celeriac in there, I think, which kind of struck me. There was carrots.
Which is quite common, yeah.
The carrots, I was like, okay, I understand the carrots. And then Martin, there was a whole mixture of different things. So it looked like were oats in there.
Some peeled oats, but also we have we put some fonio paddy in there. There is turmeric. We have our herbs, dried herbs mixture that's in there, which gives it a really good smell. And then we combine a few different egg foods that are available on the market at the moment. So
it was a concoction, I'll tell you, everyone, and the birds certainly looked like they were enjoying it, mate. So that was that's the main thing. Yeah. To be honest, I fancied a spoonful of it myself. I thought it'd do me the world of good, but I think I'm a little bit out of condition.
Yeah. But you perhaps get in good breeding condition by eating that.
Yeah. I've got 6 kids, mate. I don't need any more. Brilliant. So there are a number of things that fascinate me about being here, Martin, and one of them is when we look inside the flight cages, is just the variety of different sort of food, perch heights, rotating swing in the middle, and then the oats, groats, pinky sort of
minerals,
and then Himalayan rock salt. Well, I've had Himalayan rock salt saunas, and normally I like to age my beef in Himalayan rock salt beef agers, but these birds enjoy.
Yeah, they just go when they need, and they need salt also. So they go and you can see that they lick with the tongue on the salt stone, and yeah, they only go there when they need it.
Yeah.
And it's there, and it's available for them, and you can see it. It's really, it's already smoothed by them.
Yeah.
So they go and eat it.
No, and I mean they look in incredible condition. There's one that's just caught my eye there, which is just on a feeder, and I'm looking at it through the eyes of a canary judge, which is probably no help at all. But actually, the roundness of the head, you probably tell me the feathers are too flat on the top of its head, but that one there, yeah, I know nothing about budgies, everyone, and I've just proved it there and then, live on TV for you.
I'm trying to convince him to become a budgie breeder, you know it, so...
The Budgie Room, I could see it now. Well, my grandfather, as we've already said, my grandfather was, I'd be running in his memory, but I remember I've been bitten by them before, Martin, and it hurts.
It does, but yeah, you have to take that with it.
Well, listen, my friend, my huge thanks. I literally have doorstepped Martin and asked him if we could come and film a show, and he said yes. Thank you, and to your dad for sharing your bird rooms with us, for giving us an insight. I know this will be an eagerly anticipated and well watched, if not from the Canary lads, but the Budgie lads, I know will be studying every single aspect of this. So my thanks to you and your good family for having me here. It's wonderful to see you. Wish you all the best in the breeding season, mate. And who knows, we might come back.
Yeah, you're always welcome. And I want to thank you, Matt, to give us the opportunity to also tell something about budgies in the Canary Room. So I'm feeling very privileged to be there, and yeah, I hope everybody enjoys the show, and I think we'll go for another beer or two now.
Sounds like a plan. Listen, everyone, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscription, hit the notification bell. Until next time, everyone, take care.
Bye-bye.
Legend.